Hey guys, this is Nathan Booth, and this is the final walkthrough of my application for Final Project Dungeon Companion. So this is the gold release. It is a lot further than what it once was. I'm pretty happy about it from that standpoint. There's still some things that I wish existed in one way that don't, and that bothers me a little bit. But I'm going to go and do a full walkthrough of the application for you guys real quick so you can see that. And I hope you enjoy. So I was just clearing out the database right there to make sure that I had everything that I don't need gone. And I'm going to grab a piece of Lorem Ipsum text so that I can use that throughout. So bear with me for a second. I'll be good. Alright. Just so I can actually demonstrate size, everything. So I am going to deploy to the tablet right here, so you can see it with that. So I don't have all of the buttons themed, and that was partially because there's parts of the app that aren't themable. I did delete the user on here, so I'm going to make a new user right now. It's going to be test. I'm just going to have it at my email address. Test. So I apologize that my dog's freaking out. Anyways, if I click create account, it's going to sign up. It's going to log me in. Now this application does make use of the navigation drawer, so whenever it first opens up, it's going to open that up for the first time. So just to kind of show you what's here, you also have a log out button, so you can log back out, and the login works just like the other one. So whenever we're actually in here, a lot of my buttons I left as borderless buttons that are plain text. I kind of like the look and feel of it. I think it kind of helped it just stay where I'm wanting it to go. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the filters, because I feel they cover a large area of my application. They're not full in-depth filters, but they do allow you to go through large amounts of data quickly. So if I filter classes, it's going to go in, and sorry for the scrolling speed. That's the computer scrolls really fast. You can see there's a lot of data here on each class, and these are just the classes. So trying to make it so that it's a good system for reading through it. The images that I have on the side are from the second version of the Player's Handbook, so Player Handbook 2 for D&D 3.5, and they're just some of the characters that they tend to stick with, and kind of at a higher level stage. So I thought that was a good way to represent the different classes. So previously, if I was in a view like this, I did not have my navigation anymore. I did fix that, so that is now not a problem. You can do filter by feats, and these, since there's no image, they take up the full screen of text, and some of them are long, some of them are shorter, and there's like 100 of them, so it's kind of cool to have all of those in there. I can actually just go back like that. You have your races. I only have, I think, 8 races in here right now. 7 races. So, and that's because that's what is available through SRD. And with all of them, you once again have descriptions of them, and their areas, and what benefits they get. But you also have an image on the side that has both a male and female of each of them. So you can kind of get an idea of what your character may or may not look at theoretically if they were to be put on paper. And then finally you have your skills. This is very similar to the feats, except for some of them are going to be a lot longer because they have more text. You have like your it tells you what the primary attribute for it, the primary ability score. It tells you if it has an armor check penalty or not. It tells you if it needs to be a trained, so like trained only. It gives you the title, and then it gives you the information about it. So moving on from there, I also made it so that the back button isn't going to like kill the app. Almost everything is done with fragments, so that was a concern. I'm going to make a campaign real quick. If I click on this, you can see it's blank. There's nothing in there yet. So if I create a campaign, I will just do this as test campaign. As far as campaign characters go, let's just do the class. So Nathan, David, Ruben, NPCs. Let's maybe do some of the people from the previous class and the class that's behind us, just so some familiar names there. Josh, no, Alex. Campaign tasks, so I'm just going to fill in stuff for this project. So, for instance, you could say must create a full-fledged application in 8 weeks. Start with conceptualize. Processes. So I'm only typing these out so that you can really get a feel for how it might look. As far as campaign rules, we'll just say whatever Josh and then say rules. All concepts must go through them. So, sorry about the loudness there on the keyboard. But if I click submit, it'll ask me if I'm sure I want to save this note. And whenever I click, it will tell me that my note was successfully saved. And now you can go view campaigns. It shows up right there. Whenever you click on it, it gives you all of your information. And you also have a delete button down here, so you can actually delete any notes whenever you no longer need them, whenever you're not doing that campaign, or just if you don't really want to have it anymore. Everything is labeled so that you know what is what. You have your characters, NPCs, tasks, and rules. The reason I switched from progress to tasks this week was a suggestion from one of my testers. It's not a huge change right now, but it's something that could make this section a little more relevant in the near future. So I am going to delete it just so that you can see that that works as well. Are you sure you want to delete? Once again, anytime it's something that is, changing the app, I am making sure there's a dialogue. I know it requires an extra click, but it keeps somebody from deleting something that they don't want or saving something before they're ready to save it. So if I click delete, it will delete it and it will take me back to the front page. Now, what it took us to is the character page, since that is essentially the landing page of this application. And through here, I can go and create a character. So I'll just do this. I am a human, but I'm gonna actually go with a half orc just because it kind of demonstrates. You can see right here they have more stat changes than the others. Not all of them positive, but they're there, and so I want to make sure that that is shown. So choose and continue, and now it gives me the different classes that I can be, and gonna go with a barbarian simply because I really like barbarians. So I'm gonna click choose and continue. And now you're on your ability page. So this is your ability scores. These are what determine, you know, a lot of how your character is going to do in the game. Typically, you would roll for these. You're always going to have a number between 3 and 18, which is why it says 3 to 18 on there. And you roll 4 d6s for each one, and you take the 3 highest d6s on each roll. And you're able to place the scores wherever you want. So I'm just going to put in some dummy scores in here. And yeah, I'm making him a little beastly on some of the stuff, but that's fine. So now you have two options here. You can either click continue and it will do the calculations for you, but it won't necessarily show it for you. Or you can click calculate values. It will show you what racial differences are there because of your class, your race. And then it will show you your modifier. And your modifier is determined by taking this number, subtracting 10 from it, and then dividing by 2. And it does round down traditionally. So that's how you get these numbers. So if you click continue, it will save all those in. Now on here, I wanted this to be a little more dynamic, I guess. I wanted these to be drop downs. But after working on them for a while, for whatever reason, I could not get it to work. I've done drop downs before, no problem. I even have one for the level, and for whatever reason, I just couldn't get the value out of it. So for age, I'm gonna put 20 because that's what I am. I am 6 feet. It's in inches, so 72 inches, right? Yes. And weight, I'm about 200 pounds. So put that there. A bit hectic, so we'll just put chaotic good. There we go. And for deity, for the purpose of this app, just because I know it off the top of my head, I am going to choose Orbit High. Or no, I am a orc, so we'll go with Grumch, who's actually evil, so we're going to switch that to evil. As far as backstory goes, this is where I wanted to make sure I had some code on the side. So put that in there. Asks if I want to save, and I click save. Give it a second. Nathan Booth was saved successfully, and so now if we go in here, you actually have me. You can see all of the things we just put in. So you have your abilities right here, your base, once you add in the racials, your modifiers, you have your race, your class, your level, name, your class image, and then you have your details down here. So you have your gender, your age, height, weight, alignment, and deity, and then you have your backstory right there. So it's really basic character creation right now, but it works. And so that's the big deal there. And of course, we are able to delete anything we make. So if I click delete, it will ask me if I want to delete it, and I will click yes for now. And it will take a second. Nathan Booth was deleted successfully, and it will move me over. Any lag it's hitting right now is most likely due to my computer. I do have some things running on it, and it's been very slow today. So that's where it's at. So as far as visual elements here, I don't know if you can see through the recording or not, but you have a kind of parchment background. It's a bit of an off-white, and then all of your images have a white background that fade into it. They have like a Gaussian blur on the side. Of course, you have your gold for your action bar icons, and you have the icon which actually pops very nicely off of the color for the action bar. In the nav drawer, you do have a corresponding parchment background, and you kind of have that maroon color carried over into the shade. Some annoyances as far as theming goes is I wasn't able to get rid of the blue. I really wanted the blue to be this gold. I prepared it and everything, and I just couldn't get it to change. So that's one of the things. I'm going to log out real quick so I can kind of show you some other aspects of the app that may or may not be touched. And so whenever you log out, it takes you to that first page. And specifically, I'm wanting to show off the forgot password, and then a couple other things. So if I type in my email address on here, it will send me an email that will then allow me to actually reset my password. So it gives me a toast saying that it has been sent, and sorry about the lag. My gosh, that is terrible. Oh, there it is. If we go into the inbox, you can now you will probably see it anywhere around here. Give it 1 minute. There it is. Password reset for Dungeon Companion. So that is built into Parse. Wow, that is bad. Sorry about that. So if we go back, just another thing to show is I'm going to make a second user on here real quick. Really running poor. I apologize for my laptop lagging. We're going to do test 2. Email is Royer. Personal email. Do test 2 for the password, and test 2. Create account, signed up. So this is just so I can demonstrate that anything you create is unique to you. So we're just gonna say test 2 since that's the account this is. We'll put it on level 2. We'll do a dwarf. We'll do a fighter just because that's traditional. 15. I'm just gonna do 15 for everything on both of them. It's a good number. Male. But let's go with 54. So some of this stuff is just based off of knowledge. Test 2. Save character. Save. Test 2 was saved successfully. So if I go in and view, you can see it there. Right. Now, if I were to log out, give it a minute, and log back in as the first user. So test. And click view characters, you will see that they are not there. All of the things that you're able to create, delete, although they are stored in the same location, they are protected. So it's something where everything that the user does in this will remain secure. far as that goes, to make sure everything went smoothly right now, I do have it where you have to log in every time you open the app. I was hitting some problems with parse, and I don't know if it's a problem with my code or a problem with parse, where it would sometimes forget the user, even though it'd be calling it throughout the app. And so any information you try to enter wouldn't show up, and any information you try to look at for your user wouldn't show up because it wasn't quite sure if you were logged in or not. So I eventually just made it where it kept you logged out if you were out of the app. Anyways, that is where I got Dungeon Companion to be. It is quite a long way from what it was even just earlier this week, so I'm pretty proud of it from that standpoint. I really enjoyed the program, and I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching. Take care, and good luck. Bye.